My name is Paz Barriga, and I'm speaking on behalf of every youth present here and our youth ministries at Bronte Church. It is our delight to participate in the services of the church and use our talents and spiritual gifts to uplift the community we all serve through the many youth programs and community service efforts. We appreciate that Bronte Church is supportive of our youth volunteers. As you may know, from August 23rd to September the 2nd, a mission trip in Paraguay, Philadelphia took place. I would like to invite our youth volunteers, as I call them, Zachary, O'Brien, Caleb, Josh, Naya, and Sienna. We were empowered to volunteer for this global mission. We were also supported by Pastor Stephen, Samrika, Orville, and Rose. Our team of 15 people joined Mission Now Canada in a team of 100 volunteers, including dentists, dental assistants, and hygienists, medical doctors, and nurses from all over the world to assist in the community of Philadelphia in Paraguay. We work for 10 days serving the community through building projects and medical outreach. Though it was not easy, we were blessed to have the support of the Bronte family, the community, the conference, and more. After collectively working in fundraisings, traveling across the continent, meeting new people from other countries and cultures, here is our global report. When I found out about the mission trip, I felt the call to join. However, I did not have any money to pay the ticket, and I was about to start summer school. After a lot of discussing with my family and praying to God for an answer, Dr. Jim was one of the first people that supported me and told me that I was going to go on the mission trip no matter what. Ever since I was little, I've always been interested in the medical and dental field. And so I thought of this opportunity as an opportunity to grow as an individual in a Spanish-speaking country as I served the community and I served others. By the grace of God, I was able to raise the money by selling soaps, working as a pet sitter, and also receiving donations. As you can see in the pictures, I spent most of that time in Paraguay in the clinic. Going to Paraguay was one of the best experiences of my life. There I served the community, I met new people, and I also had the opportunity to translate to non-Spanish speaking volunteers. As a donation and a gratitude to God, I made about 100 soaps and gave them away in the community, as you can see in the picture. I enjoyed every moment of this trip, and I will never forget the beautiful memories that I made and the beautiful people that I made, and those memories will never be able to be erased. I thank you for your support and your prayers, and yeah, thank you.
Hello, my name is Naya Demise. I've been inspired to make changes in my life as a result of this mission opportunity because I've gotten and experienced God's poor people in ways I've never seen before. I helped out by cleaning and extracting people's teeth, with supervision of course, as well as going to the indigenous community and handing out shoes and other necessities. Also, I really got to understand just how privileged we are in Canada. Being there really made me think about what I should become when I'm older. By God's grace, I want to become a dental hygienist, or whatever He wants me to be. I pray that God will lead my life in the dental or medical field and will continue to serve Him. This very first mission trip has made a huge impact on my life because now I want to more than ever serve the Lord in whatever way He chooses.
Leading up to this trip, I was very excited to work in the construction project. So I made sure that on the first full day in Paraguay, I spent my time working in the construction site. We renovated a community center in an indigenous community. In this video, you can see me scraping the paint off of the old building to prepare it for new paint. For most of my trip, however, I spent my time working in the dental clinic. I assisted different dentists during my time in Paraguay, some who were from Brazil and some who were locals to Paraguay. The dental clinic saw hundreds of patients throughout the week, and it was clear that the service we provided was needed. During this trip, I went with a group that visited 2 more indigenous communities. We donated shoes and clothes, and the gifts were well received. I enjoyed this mission trip and saw firsthand the effects of the work that we did in Paraguay. This opened my eyes to a new world, and I was very happy to provide service. What I would like to emphasize is that there are a lot of people, both near and far, who need help in various ways. Wherever we can lend a hand, we should try to serve our communities.
Hi everyone. I'm very happy that I went on the mission trip. Ever since I was 4 years old, I had a dream of being a missionary because when I was little, I thought that it was way different and you get to go to a faraway country and teach the gospel. And then I would be begging my parents to go on a mission trip. Then after a while, I forgot about my dream of being a missionary. Then one Sabbath, I heard Dr. Jim and Mr. Allen talking about the mission trip, and I asked my parents, and they said I could go. My dad, brother, and I went. While in Paraguay, I worked mainly on the construction team who renovated an indigenous community center and expanded it with a doctor's clinic and washrooms. I personally moved bricks, gravel, sand, removed old paint from the walls, painted, and removed garbage. In the process, I dropped like 10 bricks on my feet. While on the mission, I made friends with 2 other Adventist children who lived in Paraguay's capital, who were also volunteering with us. I also visited 2 other indigenous communities and distributed clothes and shoes. The needs of the communities were great, and people were very happy to receive these items. In summary, I think that the people were overjoyed with our visit and what we did for them. Now they can enjoy the community center while they like their teeth. Their journey to and from the mission site was long, but we passed the time by playing and talking with each other. We also spent long days while at the mission site. I had never been this tired. But I'm happy that I came.
Not a murmur, not one complaint, not even a sigh. These kids, youth, adults, seniors, living in what we would consider unfavorable circumstances, living in what they consider life. And it is. It's a life that makes them stronger. It's a life that might have torn others down, but it builds them up. Because although they might not have the perfect health, the perfect prospect, the perfect circumstance, one has to admit they have more resilience than we can find in our 9 a.m. traffic, or checkout lines at Costco, in the comfort of our seating areas as we wait to see our easily accessible doctors. One may say they live in a third world country, but I can testify they have first-rate gratitude, first-rate hospitality, and first-rate warmth, smiles, and kindness. Imagine carrying around a drink daily and sharing it with everyone with whom you come in contact. This is the culture of Paraguay. Imagine a people that some deem to have so little, who are prepared and intentional about sharing on a daily basis. Because you will not be there too long before someone offers you this mixture of local herbs and water called tereré. This trip has taught me that I have more than enough to share, that I can be grateful in the most trying circumstances, and that a smile on my face does not have to be dependent on economic prosperity. That with my mentors, my church, my family, I am fortunate beyond measure, and that I have the primary reason to be warm, to be kind, to be hospitable. Jesus. He is my reason. He is your reason. And we need to share his cup of the water of life with others. Because of this trip to Paraguay, I am a changed man. Lord, help me to do your work without a murmur, without one complaint, not even a sigh.
This mission trip instilled in me many lessons and experiences I will not soon forget. The most outstanding was, notwithstanding our various languages, tendencies, and backgrounds, we can all work together to do God's work. Unlike the Genesis account of the Tower of Babel, the differences in language was not a point of separation and confusion on our mission. Volunteers from Canada, Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay all came together with one aim, to serve the people of Philadelphia. We spoke different languages. For some, the mother tongue was English. For others, it was Portuguese. And still for others, it was Spanish or Guarani. Despite these major linguistic and cultural differences, we worked side by side, doing our best to communicate, often using the little of each other's language we did know, the benefit of a translator, or other times Google Translate. Our different backgrounds, cultures, and languages were not a hindrance or deterrent, but an opportunity, a blessing. It is amazing. When all are willing, God can and does use our polarities to make an impact in the lives of others for his honor and glory.
Hello, everyone. Once I read a quote that said, "If you want to do something big for the Lord, you need to take action." You've heard from my friends about their experiences of taking action, and here is my story. I believe that God is doing amazing things all over the world. It was a blessing to be a part of what he is doing in Paraguay for a total of 10 days. I was a member of the construction crew, and I enjoyed getting to contribute to the work in the community center of Gran Chaco, Philadelphia. Through the mission trip, we witnessed many miracles. First, our flight was canceled before we left Toronto, causing us to be delayed for 2 days, but there was God. There was a concern that some medical supplies would not be able to clear the customs of Paraguay, but there was God. Many of you prayed with us throughout these experiences. And praise be to God, all of our prayers were answered. On the final Sabbath of our mission trip, we witnessed the baptism of a lady who accepted God's call. I learned and still believe that God can use anyone who wants to work for him. No matter your age, God has gifted you with a special ability for you to use for his honor and glory. Thank you, Bronte Church. Thank you, the Bronte Church I thank the Bronte Church family, the community sponsors, and everyone who made it possible to give me this youth experience and participate in this mission experience. Here are some facts I learned about Paraguay from talking to the people and a little research. There are 6 months of winter and 6 months of summer. We traveled over the winter months of August and September. During the mission trip, one day in the weather was almost 38 degrees Celsius. Philadelphia is the largest town in the Chaco region and home to approximately 5 main ethnic groups, including the largest population of indigenous people. The Spanish and Guarani are the official languages spoken in Paraguay. There is a great need in the indigenous communities, especially Philadelphia, for affordable access to health care, especially dental care. There is also a great need for water. If you want to help in the mission work, you can help by donating to Mission Now Canada, Adja Canada, or the budget for missions and the youth evangelism here at Bronte Church. For all the children here, I have a puzzle for you for some of the Bronte youth in the mission experiences in Paraguay. And for each family, a thank you card. Thank you, everyone.